Okay, so today, program 3, we're going to start USMLE Embryology, okay? So, the very first question, I'm going to read the question out loud, so we're going to find out what it means, okay? So, spermatogenesis, the process of forming spermatozoa, occurs in the seminiferous tuberous of the testis. As the cells proceed through the different stages of spermatogenesis, they contain varying numbers of chromosomes and varying amounts of DNA. A laboratory investigator is observing under the microscopes cells undergoing this process. He has focused on a group of cells that recently gained an acrosome and tail. Which of the following best describes the amount of DNA and number of chromosomes that exist in those cells? Wow, that's a long question. So we have to, first of all, we have to understand what it means. So at this point, does anyone know what it means? What the question means? It's very hard, right? I think even for senior students, it's very hard. But the question itself shouldn't be too hard. Well, let's read the answer choices. A, 23, 1N. B, 23, 2N. C, 46, 1N. D, 46, 2N. E, 46, 4N. Okay, so now we are going to translate this in Japanese. I think the hard words, hard terminologies in this question are in red, okay? So first, the very first, spermatogenesis. Does anyone know what this means? Oh, very quiet. Okay, so sperm. Does anyone know what sperm means? Sperm. Very good. Seishi. Okay. So, sperm and genesis. Do you know what does genesis means? Genesis. Genesis. You know what it means, right? Okay. Genesis is the word that means creation. So it's a creation of sperm. So what it means is 精子形成. Okay? So next, the spermatozoa. It sounds very difficult, but spermatozoa, you have to think very simple. Spermatozoa is just simply 精子. Okay? Now, next, seminiform ferrous tuberous. That's a tough word to pronounce, but what it is 生細管. Okay? So I think you have to learn this in anatomy. Kaito, right? You know this in anatomy, right? In regional anatomy, yes. You're going to learn this in regional anatomy in very detail. Now, testis. This word, hopefully someone knows. Testis. Testis is the place, if you hit it very hard, it hurts a lot. What is it? Tamatama. In medical terminology, please. Medical terminologies. In medical words. Tamatama is correct, but I want medical terminologies. Anyone? Anyone? Well, freshman. How about freshman? What is tamatama in medical terminologies? Don't be shy. We are medical students, so there's nothing to be ashamed of. Leo-kun, what is it? Very good. 睾丸. Okay. Very good. Okay, so now, second word. Chromosomes. This may be hard. Chromosomes. Does anyone know? Go ahead, you know, right? Okay, what is it? Very good. Chromosome means 染色体. Okay. Now the last one, acrosome. Well, this is hard too, so I'm going to give out the answer. 染体. So now you know. Now you learn about some keywords about sperm, 精子. There are a few keywords about 精子. And then now you kind of know what the question is asking for, right? If you look at numbers, 23 and 1N, So what we're going to do is we're going to ask volunteers to translate this into Japanese, okay? The first sentence, Harutaka, please translate.
え 精子を形成する過程である精子形成では、睾丸の生産が管内で起きている。
Very good. よくできました。So that's a simple fact, right? Okay, so that's a good start. Second sentence. コウキさん、お願いします。
精子形成のさまざまなステージをこの細胞が抜けていくというか過程を通っていくときに、その細胞っていうのはいろんな数の染色体、さまざまな染色体数とさまざまな DNA 量を含みます。
Very good. Very precise translation. Very good. So now we know that as they proceed through 精子形成, there are different stages and they have different number of chromosomes, different number of 染色体, and also different amount of DNA. Okay? So now you have to think about the process that's going on to make the sperm. Okay? Now, third sentence. 林くん、お願いします。
研究室のインベスティゲーターは顕微鏡下で細胞がこのプロセスを進むのを観察しています。
Very good. So this sentence doesn't mean anything. It just what it means is just someone is looking under a microscope. Okay, that's it. So fourth sentence. ひろゆきさんお願いします。From he has for focus. Very good. Yes. Very good. So at this specific stage of the sperm, it has a chromosome in the front, a chromosome in the head, and the tail. Okay? So now you know how the cell looks like. It's got a head, it's got a tail. Okay? Now, the last sentence. Hanae, please. Good. It's actually chromosome, so it's 染色体. Okay. So in that specific cell, how much DNA and how many chromosomes are there in the cells? Okay. So does everyone understand the question? The question itself is not so hard, right? There's a process of spermatogenesis, creation of sperm, and at the stage where the tail and the head is, the sperm itself, how much DNAs and how many chromosomes are there? Okay. So, oh shoot, I gave out the answer. So this process is called meiosis. Does anyone heard what meiosis is? Maybe not. How about, does anyone heard word 減数分裂? Right? Everyone, even the freshmen, everyone does, right? So meiosis means 減数分裂. And also, by the way, mitosis is 体細胞分裂. Okay, now I don't know the Japanese now. Okay, anyhow, meiosis is 減数分裂. Okay, so anyone imagine 減数分裂, okay? So can anyone explain how the 減数分裂works? simple words. I mean, it doesn't have to be very specific. Just simply say what is meiosis. If you don't want to speak in English, you can say in Japanese if you want. So, freshman, any freshman? Hiroshi. Hiroshi, セルフ選択。
浪人中に1年間で
Okay. Hiroshi, please.
Usually, my in meiosis,
For example,
12染色体って何でしたっけ
Chromosome.
12クロモソームがコピー24クロモソーム
It's okay, great. Divide into half.
divide into half,
Mhm.
but in meiosis 12 microsomes are divided 6 and 6.
Okay. Very good. Good. Okay, so what he's trying to say is in meiosis, 2n number of 2n chromosomes divided into 1n and 1n. In mitosis, 体細胞分裂. In mitosis, 2n will divide into 2 cells, but still there are 2n and 2n. Okay, that's a big difference. So we can see the image here. First of all, mitosis. This is 体細胞分裂. In 体細胞分裂, in mitosis, chromosomes line up, right? Okay, the sister like all the chromosomes will line up in one line. We call that equators, 赤道 equators. 赤道にchromosome line up in one line, and then they divide up. Do you see little V-shaped chromosomes split up on the lower image? Yeah, they split up, and then they're gonna make an exact same copy of each other. So number of chromosomes will be 2n. 2n becomes 2n cells. Okay? Do you guys get it? Okay? 2n. Okay? Now, meiosis. It's very detailed, but as you can see, the chromosomes, they line up in pairs. Do you see? Last time mitosis, they line up in one line. They split up. But in meiosis, they line up in pairs, in sister chromatids. And then they're going to divide and divide again. So 2n becomes 1n. Okay? They come up in half. Because when you want to make a baby, Satoshi, if you want to make a baby, sperms has 1n, and egg will have 1n. They fuse together and become 2n, right? Everyone knows that, right? So that's why sperm has to be 1n. Okay, that's what the meiosis is, 減数分裂. Okay? So this is more detailed. So we have 46 chromosomes. Okay? So that means we have 23 chromosomes, 2 copies of 23 chromosomes, one from father and one from mother. So we have 2n. And then in meiosis 1, the first meiosis, they still retain 2n. But after the second meiosis, we only have 1n. Okay? So you guys get that, right? And then if you look at this image, I want to say that when do they have a tail? Okay, at which stage do they have a tail? Can anyone tell me? So we have meiosis 1. We have meiosis 1 here. Meiosis 1 split up in 1n. And another meiosis 2 here. So at which stage do they have 1n? At which stage do they have a tail? If you look at the image. Okay, this should be a simple question. It's here, right? So if after meiosis 2, they gain the tail. So at the same time, they also gain the acromosome, the sentai and tail. After meiosis 2, they gain acromosome and the tail. Okay? Okay, so I think next one is the. So we go back to the question, and can anyone tell me the answer? So first of all, is it 1n or 2n? Oh, so freshman, freshman. How about Jiro-kun? Can you tell me if this cell with the acrosome and tail, is it 1n or 2n? Very good, 1n. Okay. So if you go back to the image. So do you know how many chromosomes are there? Very good. Okay, so you got the right answer now. So the answer is A. It's got 23 and 1n. So was it too simple for you guys? So when I quickly read the answer, spermatogenesis is a series of post-meiotic morphological change that marks the final maturation of the sperm. Spermatids are 23 1n cells that result from secondary spermatocyte meiosis 2. Meiosis 2, okay? Meiosis 2 completion. They undergo morphological changes to become mature sperms that include acrosome, head, neck, and tail. Okay? So it's got acrosome, sentai, head, tobu, neck, keibu, and tail, shippo, or bibu. So that's the shape that everyone knows about the sperm, right? So that's at the final stage, they should have 23 and 1n. So that was the answer. So hopefully that was straightforward. I think. 大丈夫ですか？大丈夫ですか？ OK です。
アッキーさんが
OK. Okay, so okay, so let's go to question 2. This is gonna be a little bit harder. So this question is for senior students, students from grade 3, I think, grade 3. Okay, question 2. A neonate is found to have a congenital heart defect. Physical examination reveals that the patient is not cyanotic, but harsh hollow systolic murmur is heard at the left lower sternal border. No other murmurs are heard on auscultation. From which of the following congenital heart defect is the neonate mostly likely suffering? A. Atrial septal defect. B. Tetralogy of Fallot. C. Transposition of the great arteries. D. Truncus arteriosus. E. Ventricular septal defects. So from the 3rd grade, I think you should know at least the name of it, right? So at this point, do you guys understand what kind of question they're asking? So they're asking about congenital heart defect. Okay, so now we have to translate. So what does neonate mean? Okay, I think Harutaka likes neonate.
Yes.
So can you tell me what it is?
新生児
Very good. 新生児 neonate. Okay, congenital heart defect. This might be hard, but I think senior students should know. Let's see. Abe-san.
Yes.
お願いします。What is congenital heart defect? Very good. 先天性心疾患。心気系 or 心疾患 is okay. Okay, next one, cyanotic. What does cyanotic mean? I think second year, in semi-calc they also learn what cyanotic mean, but Mu-san, you don't know. Oh, okay, cyanotic is, okay, very good, Cianose. Yes, you have to understand, Cianose is German. Deutschland, German. Cianose. They start with Z. So that's why in Japanese they say Cianose. But in English it starts with C. So we say cyanotic. So don't go to the American hospital and say this patient has Cianose and they'll laugh at you. So make sure you say cyanotic. Okay, next one. Harsh hollow systolic murmur. This is very hard. So this is a auscultation scene. What it is the 聴診所見. So harsh hollow systolic murmur is 全収縮期雑音. Okay. Hollow systolic. Hollow means 全. Systolic is 収縮. And murmur is 雑音. Murmur, you should know. It's easy to remember. So, oh, okay. Oh, I gave up the answer. But sternal border is 胸骨炎. 胸骨炎. Okay, next one. Suffering. This. Oh, actually, before murmurs are 雑音, as I said. And auscultation. What is it, Harutaka-san?
聴診.
Very good. 聴診. Okay, last word. Suffering. Suffering. 海斗君 suffering
見てない。
はい suffering はいサハリンじゃないよYou can ask for help if you want
異常とかそんな感じですか
Close. It's 苦しんでるOkay, very good. So now you guys get the broad picture of the question. So let's translate. So the first sentence, Hiroto, please.
ある新生児に先天性心奇形が見つかる。
Very good. Second sentence, Ryohei, please.
身体所見によると、患者さんはチアノーゼではないが全収縮期雑音が、左の下咽のところ、下咽の、胸骨炎に見られる、聞こえたですね。
Very good. So this sentence is very important. So the patient is not cyanotic. Is not cyanotic. For freshmen, what cyanotic means is, if you don't get enough blood, you get blue, right? You get blue. That's what cyanotic means. But this patient is not cyanotic. So this baby is red, pretty much red or normal looking. Okay, but it's when you when you do the auscultation, the patient has hollow systolic murmur, 全収縮系雑音, on the left lower sternal border. So it's about here. Sternal is 胸骨。ね、胸骨。カイト、わかるね。胸骨。胸骨、三円 is like left of sternal border. Okay, next sentence. Next sentence. Satoshi, please. No other, yes.
聴診では他の雑音は聞こえます。
Very good. Okay. So the last sentence, 渡部さんお願いします。
はい。この新生児の、苦しんで罹患している先天性疾患は次の選択肢のうちどれでしょう。
Very good. Thank you. そうですね。なので問題、So now we know the broad perspective of the question. So now the question is asking for what disease does this baby has. Okay. So A, atrial septal defect is we call it ASD. So what is atrial septal defect? はるかさん。
どれですか？
コウキさんでもいいですよ。What is atrial septal defect? In Japanese.
心房中隔欠損症。
Very good. 心房中隔欠損症 is A. Okay. B. Tetralogy fallow is easy, right? Fallow 失調症. C. Transposition of the great artery is is 大血管転移. Okay. And truncus arteriosus is 総動脈干渉. This is a very rare disease, so you may not heard of this, but E is very common. BSD is 心室中隔欠損症. Okay, so we got now this kind of disease.
小動脈が動脈の残ってるなくならないやつ。
Okay, so now for freshman years, I want students to learn about the structure of the heart. Okay. Okay, so this is the anatomy of heart. So this is for freshmen. Okay, so we have 4 rooms in heart. Okay, the right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, and left ventricle. So this is the right atrium.
あ、そうか。
Right atrium,
右心房、右心室、
right ventricle.
右心室ですね。
Right, left atrium
左心房、
and left ventricle.
左心室という4つ
Four rooms.
あり
Four
ま
rooms.
す。
Okay. Dirty blood or deoxygenated blood comes from superior or inferior vena cava.
酸素を消費した、血は、下大静脈か上大静脈から、を通って右心房に行きます。
Then it's going to go to the right ventricle.
右心室に行き、
And then it's going to go to the pulmonary artery.
肺動脈に行って一旦肺に
It's
行
going
っ
to go to
て、
the lung. And then the oxygenated blood comes back
そして酸素が、豊富な血は逆に今度は左心房に戻ってき
to
て、
the left atrium. Yes. And then goes to the left ventricle
左心室に行って
and then pumped out to aorta.
大動脈に行って最終的に、
And then goes around the body.
体に回
Okay.
っていきます。
So just remember 4 rooms. 4 rooms. So this is for senior students. Okay. So there are different diseases, right? ASD, BSD, PDA. Coarctation of aorta, tetralogy of Farad, transgrade arterial, whatever, and hypoplastic left heart syndrome, and there are many more diseases. But I want senior students to tell me which one is cyanotic and which one is not cyanotic.
チアノーゼ性のやつ、上級生にチアノーゼ性のやつをじゃあ答えてくださいということで。
So you can just pick one and tell me. So let's say, is ASD cyanotic or not cyanotic? アッキーさん。今隠れたアッキーさん。Is ASD cyanotic or non-cyanotic? Non-cyanotic. Very good. Okay, so Abese san.
Yes.
Is VSD cyanotic or non-cyanotic? Cyanotic? Okay, well, let's keep it that way. I'm going to show you the answer in a second. Okay, so, Mu-san, is tetralogy of Farad Shichosho, is it cyanotic or non-cyanotic? Very good, okay. So, I'm going to show you the answer. So, on the left side, ASD, VSD, PDA is cyanotic, okay? And tetralogy of Farad and TGA and all those diseases are non-cyanotic. So, this is very bad. I think I have to fix it. I'm so sorry. I feel so dumb now. Well, I can fix it later. Oops. Okay, I can fix it later. I'm gonna fix it later. Just put non. Okay. Anyhow, this is non-cyanotic, cyanotic, and okay, let me quickly fix it because I don't want freshmen to confuse. So, okay, there you go. So this is non-cyanotic and this is cyanotic. Okay. My apologies. Okay, so can anyone tell me why ASD and BSD is non-cyanotic? Can anyone tell me? Saijo-san, can you tell me why ASD and BSD is non-cyanotic?
日本語で OK ですか？
日本語でもいいですよ。
はい。じゃあ ASD っていうのは、酸素がいっぱいある左心房から右心房に血液が流れちゃってるので、別に酸素がいっぱいあるところから酸素足りない方に血液が流れてるからチアノーゼにならないっていうことと、あと VSD っていうのも同じ考え方で、 酸素がいっぱいある左心室の血液から、酸素のない右心室の方に血液が流れているので、どっちもチアノーゼにならない。
Very good.
もうちょっとこう、なんでそっちの方に流れているかっていうと、血圧が左心室とかそっちの方が高いので、血圧とか圧力が高いところから低いところに流れるっていうのが一応決まりがあるので、そういうふうになってます。
Very good. Very perfect answer. So what Saijo-san said is that left ventricle or left atrium has higher pressure, so the oxygenated blood will flow into right atrium or right ventricle. So they will get the clean blood. They will get the fresh blood to their body. So that's why they will not get the cyanosis. Okay, so can anyone tell me why TOF, tetralogy of Fallot, get cyanotic symptom? Maybe 上級生。じゃあ、林くん。In Japanese is okay.
右側のは逆で、心室から心室に、帰ってきた静脈酸素が含まれていない血が左心室の方に入って全身に巡るからです。
Very good.
左上の TOF は、肺動脈がちっちゃく細くなっているので、肺に行く血液の分が、左心室に回って全身に回るからチアノーゼが出ます。
TGA is like the aorta and the venous road is
TGA は、
changed. Yeah.
肺動脈と大動脈のが逆になってるから。
So yeah. So that's why the blood, the dirty blood goes to the entire body instead of the lung. So usually the deoxygenated blood, the dirty blood, will flow to the lung usually, but this blood will flow to entire body. So it's just circulating by itself. The dirty blood coming back to the heart and then go back to the body again. So they will never get the clean blood.
その汚い血が、右心室に入ってからまた体に戻っていくので、その本来肺に行ってちゃんとその酸素豊富な血が戻ってくるはずなのが、そのただ汚い血がひたすらただ循環しているという、悪循環が起きています、TGA の場合は。
Thank you. Okay, so now you know the basic of congenital heart diseases. So I want to let's learn about auscultation. 聴診ね。There are lots of details, but please bear with me, freshmen.
ちょっといろいろ細かいことが出てくるでしょうが、耐えてください。
Okay, so first, systolic ejection murmur. Systolic ejection murmur is 収縮期屈室雑音。Systolic ejection murmur. Whole systolic murmur is the one I said, one in the question. 全収縮期性雑音。And diastolic murmur is 拡張期雑音。And diastolic rumble is 拡張期ランブル。It's same in Japanese and English. And there are pre-diastolic murmur 全拡張期雑音。Okay, so there are so many auscultation. I just try to put everything together, but how much time do we have? What time is it?
ぼちぼち早く待ちで。
Okay. So let's go with the answer. So hollow systolic murmur in the question. We get the BSD. So now you know what. BSD is non-cyanotic, right? And then in the question, the patient didn't have cyanotic, and also the patient had hollow systolic murmur. So we can pretty much tell that it's BSD. So answer is BSD. That was quick. Okay, so this is I think that's it for today. Hopefully you come again next time. So that's it. Thank you.
電気つけてください。